Good morning, it's Amber, Blooms on the Hill. It's a beautiful May day. It's winter in a couple of weeks and the sun's beautiful. We've had really nice weather, but really cold. I've had, I don't know if it frosts. We had a frost this morning. We probably did, but we did the morning before. But it's been really cold at night. But last week I was still getting about in a singlet, so the weather's been a bit everywhere. Today, something a bit different. I've got some flowers actually arriving from the wholesaler. So I thought I'd do a bit of an unboxing because I've never ordered from the wholesaler before. I've decided to do so because the bakery still wants flowers from me through the winter, and I have a wedding in July. Plus, the local netball team orders bouquets from me for their club members who reach a milestone game. So they might be playing a 50th or 100th or something like that. So I still need flowers. So this is going to be interesting. I placed an order. I think I've got 14 bunches of flowers and then some foliage as well. It comes in some kind of a box. I don't know how it works. So join me and see what it's like just to be a florist. So sort of dropping the flower farmer tag through the winter and acting like a normal florist. So we'll see how that works. Okay, in the meantime, we're still doing garden related stuff. So as you can see, we're laying out some more cardboard in this long section that I've wanted to have a raised bed in for ages. So, oh no dog, don't come here and don't run on my cardboard because you'll move it. So we're just trying to block the gaps so that we can try and stop the weeds from growing through as long as possible. They find their way through unless you've got multiple layers of cardboard, which I just don't have enough really. So I'm just doing what I can and blocking gaps with other small pieces. So there's been a fair bit of blackberry in here, so I've tried to kill as much of that as I can, but it's just going to keep popping up. But along the fence here, there was a lot of blackberry, but that's actually finally been killed off eventually. So anyway, we'll do what we can, but this is going to be fabulous, having a really long stretch of bed here. I probably won't start to fill that till spring, so that's all right. Hopefully today my new greenhouse should be arriving. It's a sprout well, which is not a good one, and it's going to be 4 meters wide and 3 meters deep, so it's going to be huge. So hopefully I won't need any more greenhouse space. I should be able to put shelving all the way around the edges, and then sort of down the center I should be able to have a few rows, which should be enough. But this company, if you ever need more space, you can actually just buy the panels and add to it. I don't think I'll ever have to do that, but you never know. I didn't think I'd ever be needing to buy a new greenhouse, so hopefully that's arriving today, as well as the flowers. So still waiting for those. Don't know what time they're going to come. So in the meantime, we'll just keep plugging away, but it's getting warm again. I'm going to have to take my shirt off soon. And we'll be back in a singlet, so this weather is just crazy. Okay, enormous box of flowers. And it says on the box, but I had to go and collect these from the depot. I'm not very pleased. I'm just filling up buckets of water now so I can get them out of the box because they're not in water, obviously. So, there was the stuff around. They should have been delivered here. I paid $32.50 for freight, and the lady from the flower wholesale company, they're all really nice, but she's rang me up and she's like, can you jump in the car? I'm thinking, great. First time I order off you guys, and there's a stuff up, but it's freight companies have so much trouble delivering up here for some reason. We're not that remote, but she said you got to get there by 3. Well, it was sort of 2:15 when she rang, and they're about half an hour away. So raced down there. I was before 3 o'clock, and then the guys knew nothing about me turning up, and they were just about to close. And there was one little parcel sitting there, which was my box of stuff. And then they were talking amongst themselves and trying to decide who was supposed to have brought it up this way, and talking about various members of their staff that don't like driving out this way or even closer to Morwell. So I'm thinking, this is a delivery company, guys. It's your job. Anyway, so Melbourne and Suburbs Wholesale Florist is where I've got these from. And I'm just cleaning buckets and filling them up with water. So since they were packed yesterday, So it'll be interesting to see what they're like. I'm sure they're brilliant. And it hasn't been hot, but I'm just cleaning the buckets and making sure that they're nice and like good for flowers, because you want them to be bacteria free. So really want them clean enough that you can drink out of them. I don't want to drink out of them, but yeah, I might just I'll cut the ends off the stems so that they can refresh and rehydrate, and so that's what we're doing at the moment. So I'll get going on that. Okay, well, reducing all of this. There's chewed up foam everywhere, or one of my dogs decided to attack a cushion, so ignore that. So it's a really big box. I'm going to have all these boxes. The box itself cost $5.50, and that's excluding GST. So I've had to pay for this as well. I'm sure I'll be using all of these for making beds. Okay, so here we go. Flowers in here. It's a little bit awkward trying to do this, but I'll get them out. Oh, snapdragons on the top. White ones and pink ones. And stock. Oh, wow. Alstroemera. It's not opened. That's interesting. Okay, I'll try and put this so that you can see as I'm unpacking stuff. Okay, this is really odd. Unpacking flowers out of a box. But the stems are enormous. So this is obviously what they expect when you're a florist. Everything's got rubber bands around it. I'll probably just keep these sleeves on, I think, so that they don't splay everywhere. But there's some Alstroemera. I think they might be white. So they're just buds at this point in time. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to snip the ends just to refresh those stems. Like re-expose some fresh drinking cells. They're so tall. Look how tall and straight everything is. It's the difference, I think, between stuff that you buy in that, oh, sorry about this dried flower thing. Yeah, the stuff that you buy in, and ooh, the snapdragons look a little bit squishy in the plastic. That's interesting. But it's sort of half of these are open on the bottom, and then the top ones aren't. So once again, super long and tall and straight. I wonder where these have come from. No idea. Very weird buying stuff in. So they're pretty, white ones. There's some pretty pink ones. What else have we got? Got some stock. Some really nice white. Oh, smell of cloves. Nice. Such crazy long stems. Trying to cut all of those. And what else have we got? Alright, I don't know how exciting this is to watch, but anyway, there's some more pink stock. I'll just lay some stuff down. We have some, ooh, very nice roses. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, there's 10. There's 10 roses. I'll put this down here. Otherwise it's going to be too long and boring. What else have I got? I have some more Alstroemera, a nice magenta-y one that's probably going to open up and be pink, I think. I don't know. It's probably a bit hard to see in this light. Anyway, I have some, oh, lovely yellow roses. They're lovely. I'll just put those in water. I didn't order sunflowers. I'm pretty sure I didn't order sunflowers, but there's some sunflowers. Maybe they did ring me yesterday when they were packing and said, your box isn't very full. We'll chuck in some foliage as well. I said, yeah, do that. And then maybe they've gone and added some flowers too. Some status, 2 different shades. Look, all this stuff is actually going to blend really nicely together. These bouquets are going to be really bright and cheerful. I don't think I ordered chrysanthemums either. Oh, maybe I did. I don't know. White and pinky mauvey. So that's interesting. There's another bunch of sunflowers. It's not really a lot of stuff actually for the money that I paid. So it would have been about $200 worth of flowers, I think. And then there's some foliage. There's some cypress. I said I didn't need much foliage because I'm surrounded by a farm with foliage. And then there's some magnolia. So there's that little gem magnolia leaves that are those lovely brown and green. So that's in there as well. And then there's, here I am out of shot. Sorry, it doesn't make for very exciting. There's a, what else is in there? Oh, there's just cardboard in there. Cardboard to pack it up. Okay, so that's what there is. So all up, not a huge volume of flowers. That's really interesting. I probably paid, yeah, it's probably $200 worth of flowers, and it doesn't seem like a lot. Okay, I'll show you laid out, and you can see sort of better how much the volume is for that much money. Okay, so 2 bunches of statice, 2 bunches of roses, there's 2 batches of these sunflowers. I'm not too sure how many stems that is. I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5. 2 bunches of chrysanthemums, 2 bunches of alstroemera. Where's the other bunch? I can't find it. Oh, there it is. 2 bunches of snaps, 2 bunches of stock. That doesn't seem like a massive amount of stuff. Actually, there was some other things I thought I was getting, but I didn't get. Hopefully a receipt turns up. I'm sure they'll email it to me. I might have to ask. And then there's the foliage. So the cypress and all that magnolia. It's quite a lot of magnolia, actually. Bouquets I'll pad out with other foliage too. But yeah, that's a really interesting amount. Yeah, I think I'm probably a little bit disappointed at how much that actually is. Just doesn't seem like a lot. And then some of the stuff I did order, there's not there, but whether or not they don't have it on the day and they're giving me what was there, I'm not sure. So I'll have to chase up an invoice and see whether I'm assuming that'll get emailed to me, unless it's in the box somewhere. In other news, my son and I finished this enormous long garden bed, and he finished it while I was gone. So this is awesome. It was particularly nice to come home and find that he was doing it by himself without me. So this is going to be great. I won't be putting anything in here until spring, I don't think, but that's, hopefully I can keep the blackberries out of that. So there's all of that and all of this one here, which these are new. And this bed here, it's a bit hard to see in the sun, this is new. There's a little bit up this end, although something had dug under here and scratched the paper out, so it dug some seedlings up. Things in there are really small, but I just really wanted to get them out the trays, and that was new too. I need to run around and give everything a bit of water. Those seedlings looking a little bit sad, but supposedly it's going to rain on Thursday, and we're up for a bit of rain this weekend. So anyway, this makes me happy. I've been meaning to do this for ages, and that was just, a wheelbarrow job with a lot of compost. So that's good. In other news, I had the dahlia tuber dividing workshop on Sunday, which was 2 days ago, and that went really well. Participants, there was 4, and they had a go at digging up a clump of tubers for me, which was nice, and just showing them how to do it properly. We just talked about why we store things and why we cut them down and all these sorts of things, and they asked a few questions, and then we all had a go at dividing a clump of tubers, and then we just shared them all amongst each other. And I had some ones left over from this season, so they were a little shriveled, but still alive. So I just said, look, take what you want, and if they're good for next season, they're good. If they're not, well, no harm, no foul. So they took home lots and lots of tubers for their collections. So that was good. And then we had some morning tea and sat in the sun, and so that was really lovely. But we'll have another look at these flowers and then I'll leave you. So what do you think, Russell? Yeah, so there's foliage, and then here's all these flowers. So not just sure how many stems. I'll have to do a bit of a count. So all up it cost me, it was $240 including that freight. So the roses, I know I can get them cheaper elsewhere. They're not as good quality though. But I can pad all of this out with my own foliage. I don't necessarily have to buy foliage. Maybe next time I'd buy more flowers rather than foliage. But the packing lady just rang and she said, oh, the box is not really full. Maybe I put in some cheaper foliage. So that was what happened there. But I just haven't seen a price list at all. So I might request one of those because I just don't know what I'm ordering, and I just need to make it worth my while. Because I still just want to do $20 bouquets at the bakery. And I just need to know roughly how many flowers I need to put in each so that they're still profitable. I am going to take a hit over winter in terms of profit margin, but it sort of will even out. But I just need to keep that gig going at the bakery. Plus I do still get bouquet orders. I want to be able to fill those. And then, as I said, I get the netball club places orders too. I guess it's just business. Anyway, I hope that was interesting. That was a new thing for me. So it's going to be quite different being just a florist through the winter, not a flower farm florist, and see how it goes. It's certainly going to be a lot easier working with stems that are really, really, really straight and long. That's obviously a standard how florists want things when they turn up. So that'll be new. And yeah, just keep us going through the winter. So I'll catch up with you next time.